I want you to say, I can do that. I can be successful. You see, if you want fans when you walk off stage, everybody talks about how great you are. If you want friends when you walk off stage, everybody thinks how great they can be. And there's a world of difference between those two. There's a world of difference between those two. Now let's go back to the rule of 5 in writing. People ask me all the time, how do you write your books? Well, it's very simple. One word at a time. I've not found another method. I've tried a couple times to a blank page, look at it and go. Be filled. Never worked for me. I've got a 4-color pen and a legal pad, and I write one word at a time. So they say, well, how come you've written so many books? Well, number one is the secret is get old. But I have a rule of 5 for writing. You see, my tree is writing books. And every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. And you look at me and say, John, what do you mean by every day? What I mean by every day is every day. Now, okay. When you say every day, you mean every day? Can I tell you something? Every Christmas. This is what I do every Christmas. Every Christmas I read, think, file, ask questions, write. Guess what I do on my birthday? Every birthday I read, think, ask questions, write, file. Guess what I do on my anniversary? None of your business. But during the day I read, think, file, ask questions. Every day. You see, the key is every day. Can I tell you something? You're better to do essential things every day than big things someday. We overestimate the event. We underestimate the process. And the law of consistency says you can't do that. You can't underestimate the process. The secret. Okay, here, I told you earlier, I'd tell you the secret of success. You thought I'd forgotten it. I've forgotten. I'm going to tell you right now, the secret, no, I'm going to tell you right now, that was just too fast. You'll take it for granted. I'll make you wait longer. But look at your neighbor and say, sometime John's going to teach you the secret of success. Go ahead and tell him.
Sometime John's going to teach you the secret of success.
See how much better it is when you have to wait for something? Now you're ready to listen. The secret to your success is determined by your daily agenda. What you do every day determines your success. Every day, by what you do, you're either getting better or worse. Every day, you're either preparing or repairing. Every day. Every day. People come to my life and they say, John, what books? What books should I read? You've written 72. I can tell you what books you should read. You should read the 15 Laws of Growth, which I'm teaching on today, because I'm going to give you maybe one more law and then I'm done. The second thing you ought to read a book I wrote called Today Matters. That'll change your life. I have what I call the Daily Dozen, 12 things you need to do on a daily basis that will ensure your success. And the third book is How Successful People Think. Because the greatest gap between successful and unsuccessful people is the thinking gap. Successful people think entirely differently than unsuccessful people. By the way, for some good stuff that's just absolutely free, you can follow me on Twitter be like 800,000 other people. And the reason that 800,000 people follow me is every day I put quotes. I put success quotes for you every day in there. On Friday, I blog a new lesson every week on success. It's free. You can go on the web and get Minute with Maxwell every morning, 60 seconds, where I take a word and I talk to you about how that makes you a better leader. That thing's gone viral all over the world. They're all free, so just go to johnmaxwell.com. You'll get anything. It's all free. It's all free for you. That stuff is. Books aren't. By the way, when I wrote my book, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect, I blogged it. I blogged a chapter a week. We had 100,000 people make comments. And we took some of their comments. They really were good. I'd say, help me. I'd give them a chapter, and then I'd say, make it better. And they'd give me ideas. We averaged changing 6 to 7 things per chapter. And I'd say, just give me your name, And I'd put their little thought in there, and I'd give them credit. I said, I'll give you credit. I won't give you royalties, but I'll give you credit. And then, when the book came out, they were surprised. I took their pictures, and I put it all over the book. So when they got the book, they said, here I am, right here. Isn't that fun? I wish I had time to talk to you about communication. Oh my God. It's a phenomenal subject. If you can communicate effectively with people, the world will be yours. The ability to connect with people is the #1 success ability that will give you what you need in life. That's a fact. Okay. Let me teach you one law. I've got 4 minutes and 16 seconds. One more law. That gives you 5. That means you only have 10 to go. And if you don't get the book by the weekend, you probably never will make it in this business. Law number 5 is the law of environment. And the law of environment says growth thrives in conducive surroundings. In other words, you grow better when you're in an environment that is conducive to growth. And I say this law to last because I think that's one of the great contributing things that Beachbody does for you. I think one of the great things that this organization does for you is it gives you a growth environment. It puts you in an environment that is conducive to grow and develop yourself. I mean, you're very fortunate because when I was your age, I wasn't in a growth environment that was conducive. In fact, I was in an organization that wasn't any good. Their idea of progress was moving backwards slowly. Okay? I was in trouble. And so as a 26-year-old kid, I wrote down what I'm going to give to you as I wrap this up today. I wrote down because I needed to put myself in a growth environment, and I wasn't in one. And so I began to ask myself, what does it look like to have a growth environment that is conducive to help me to develop myself? And here's what I wrote. My growth environment is a place, number 1, where others are ahead of me. In other words, somebody's faster, somebody's smarter, somebody's more successful, somebody's more experienced. Other people are ahead of me. I want to be in a growth environment where I'm not number 1. And in fact, let me just say this to you. When you're at the head of a class, you're in the wrong class. You need to go get into another class where you're not the head of the class, where somebody is smarter, where somebody is better, where somebody is quicker, where somebody does have more knowledge, where somebody has had more success. You always got to be around people that'll stretch you and challenge you and bring the best out of you. A growth environment, number 2, is a place where I'm continually challenged. In other words, where I wake up every day and I have to climb a mountain. I'm not coasting. I'm not just riding the wave. If I make it today, it's because I got to climb a mountain. I got to do something big. A growth environment, number 3, is a place where the focus is forward. It points to tomorrow as a better day than today. A growth environment, number 4, is a place where the atmosphere is affirming, where people around me, they encourage me. Encouragement is so huge to for your own development and growth. And that's one of the great things about Beachbody. It's an encouraging environment. My father's amazing. He's still alive, he's 92. Phenomenal. Great health, still works. It's amazing. In fact, it's so fun. He's in a senior citizens complex. He lives in a villa because he can care for himself. And so he became kind of like the pastor of this village. So he had a Sunday morning service and he filled it up. And so he went to another Sunday morning service and he filled it up. And so he went to an afternoon service and he filled it up. So we're having lunch the other day and he looked at me and he said, son, he said, we're just growing so fast. He's 92. Get the picture. He said, I'm looking into satellite right now. I'm thinking about satellite. He's 92. He's 92. He's a major encourager. Just encourages everybody. One time I was talking, I said, Dad, I said, how do you know a person needs encouragement? He said, if they're breathing. If they're breathing, they need encouragement. A growth environment is a place, number 5, where you're out of your comfort zone, not out of your gift zone. Never leave your gift zone. Folks, listen to me. Once you find your gift, never leave it. Never leave it. So you never leave your gift zone, but you want to be out of your comfort zone. You want to be over your head. And when you're over your head, it doesn't matter how deep the water is. You're over your head. You want to be out of your comfort zone. Number 6, a growth environment is a place where you wake up excited. You love what you do. Nobody has to pump you up. Nobody has to get you up. Nobody has to motivate you to get up. You love it. Number 7, a growth environment is a place where failure is not your enemy. You can fail and be encouraged because you realize you're probably one step closer. I wrote a book several years ago called Failing Forward. Life-changing. Another book comes out in October, my next book, which is like Failing Forward. It's called Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn. It's a good title, isn't it? Doggone. After 72, you just get good. It's the law of consistency. A growth environment is number 8, where others are growing. In other words, you're not the only one growing, so you're not like sticking out like, oh man, you're growing, and the rest of us, we haven't grown for a long time. Number 9, a growth environment is a place where people desire change. They want to change because they understand they can't grow without changing. And number 10, a growth environment is a place where growth is modeled for you. You get to see it with your own eyes, and you get to experience it, and it's expected of you. That's what a growth environment is. My time is up. I'm going to close my legal pad, and I'm going to say you were in pure delight. You were in pure delight. Woo! Thank you very much. You're beautiful people.